it's gone.
Alright, what's up YouTube? It's Jackson from Team Maximum, and I'm over at one of my teammates' houses, and we're really bored, so we're doing deck profiles. And we're doing a deck profile of my newest deck that I've been playing. I took this to the Dallas Regionals, not Dallas, Houston Regionals.
Fort Worth,
whatever. I don't know, whatever, but I took this to Fort Worth Regionals. I didn't play this exact build because at the time I didn't have one of the cards, and I picked it up after I turned my deck list in, so I was pretty pissed about that. But anyways, this deck is kind of a troll deck. It's not really a serious competitive deck. I just play it for fun. I just ordered my competitive deck that I'm gonna be playing. I'll do a deck profile of that when I get it, but so let's just get this started.
Okay.
Start off, I play 3 Hunder, 3 Hunder.
Right.
As you can tell, this is Hunders, but it's kind of a Hunders with a little twist to it. But this is part of the family that I play, the mom and the dad. I used to play the sister, but the sister's bad. She really doesn't do anything to help with this deck. So yeah.
Because you don't really need to recycle Seahorse, right?
Yeah, and then triple Seahorse. This is a card that I only had 2 of. I only had 2 of them at the time. Right after I turned my deck list in, the first person I asked, I was like, hey, do you have a Seahorse? He's like, yeah, and I bought it from him for like 15 bucks. So, but anyways, 3 Seahorse. I actually consider this part of the family. I consider this a pet. But, so what I always do, if I have this in my hand first turn, you go, first turn Seahorse for 2 Seahorse, and then you're just set for later in the game. And this card is unaffected by macro because it just has to be discarded. It doesn't have to hit the grave. And then I play 2 Prism because it's a level 4 Thunder tuner. You can normal summon it with Hunder Hunder's effect. It's really, really good. Just lets you go into level 8. Level 8 synchros. You can also overlay it for rank 4s and stuff like that. And then here's the little twist. I played triple Watt Cobra and double Watt Giraffe.
The whole pets.
Yeah. I used to play Dragonfly. I played that at regionals, but I took it out because it really has no point in the deck. It makes it slower. I just kind of have to sit there and wait for it to die, or if I take damage from it, like by crashing it into something. So I decided to take that out, and I put in 1 extra Cobra, and I kept the giraffes in there. If I can get a 3rd giraffe, I'll definitely put it in there. It's actually my favorite card. And then Boss Monster, Light Ray Diablos. Really easy to get out. All my monsters in this deck are light, so it just takes 5 or more with different names, and I have 8, excluding this card, so it's really easy to get out. Then for the hand traps, 1 Honest and double Veiler. Honest, I mean, there's really nothing to say about Honest. You can Honest anything in this deck, which is the amazing thing. And then Veiler, because it's Veiler, and it lets me go into Cataster or just stop any plays. Alright, that's the monsters. There's 20 of them. And then for the spells, triple Messenger. Really good card. 1500 or more attack. Cannot attack. Pay 100, which is very insignificant. Doesn't matter at all. And I usually just go Scrap Dragon and then just pop it with that if I have no use for it. And then triple Swords. This is actually kind of overkill, but you don't know how much times it has saved my ass. This card is the best. And I love, one of my friends, he plays Girgias. One of our teammates plays Girgias. He always sets the armor. Then I just go Giraffe, attack directly, main phase 2, play Swords. He doesn't get the search. And then I play double batteries. I think 3 is overkill, and 1 is not enough because I never draw into it if I have 1. So 2 is a perfect number, even though I always side one of them out. Gets any card in the deck but Seahorse. And then Staples, 2 MST, and then Trinity. So yeah, and that rounds up the spells. There's 13 of them. And then for traps, 1 Mirror Force, because I hate your monsters. 2 Deep Prison, because I hate your monsters. 2 Roars, because I don't want you to attack me. And then 1 Starlight. And then 1 Huge Revolution. This used to be 2 Huge Revolution, but I decided to take one out. Take 1 Huge Revolution out for Starlight, even though I only have 1 Stardust. And sometimes I synchro for it, but if I draw into this card, I won't synchro for it. But yeah, and then 2 Warning. So that's the main deck, 42 cards. Kind of a lot, but it's still really consistent.
Yeah, you thin deck like crazy, so.
Yeah, you thin it really fast with Seahorse. And then here's a token.
So cute.
So, just awesome token. And then for the Exceeds, I run 1 Shockmaster because it's easy to get into this game, into this deck. I don't always go into him. I go into a different card a lot, and then I go Thunder Spark and to Sigma. Thunder Spark, if you don't know what it does, it's like a black rose that stays on the field. You detach 3, it blows up all the monsters except this one. So
it's JD, basically.
Yeah, JD. So yeah, it's really good, but it has another effect for 5. For 5, it's an actual black rose, but I can't get 5. And then to Sigma, this is what I always make over Shockmaster most of the time, because if I'm usually they see my little monsters and they just summon all their monsters in attack position, so I go, okay, Hunder, 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 or something like that. Overlay for Sigma, take your monster, GG. And then that's all for the level 3, for the 3 rank 4s, like 3 level 4 monsters, whatever you call it. And then I played Geiger Cowboy. Has won me multiple games. This card is way too good. It won me a game at regionals. If I didn't have this, I would have lost that game because he had exactly 800 life points left, and I had a Giraffe and a Cobra on field, and if I didn't kill him that turn, he was going to win. So I just overlaid for Cowboy and got exact game. So it was awesome. And then Pearl, because it's just like a staple, and I run that over Utopia because I don't like Utopia.
Would you run Dweller if you had it?
Yes, I would definitely run Dweller, but nobody is seeming to want to trade it, and I can't seem to freaking pull the thing. But anyways, Kachi Kochi, I've gone into this a couple times. Just, I don't know if they have like one set monster. You just go into this, attack twice. It's pretty good. My Stroke, just staple card. And Papil Operative, really good card. It's one of my favorite Xyzs. And then for the Synchros, level 5, I play Catastor. Because Catastor's a really good rank 5, or level 5. But yeah. And then for level 8s, I play 1 Colossal Fighter. Just because with Prisma attached to it, it's a 3800 beat stick. And then if I'm playing the 6 Samurai matchup, it's even higher. Or the random hero matchup. Yeah. And then Scrap and Stardust, two of the best level 8 synchros in my opinion, or 2 of the best synchros actually. And then 1 Thought Ruler, really good card. Gains life. I gain life points. I can get over things really easily with it because with Prisma it's a 3700 beat stick, and then I can negate anything that targets it. Yeah, that's it for the level 8s. And then for 9, 1 Mistworm. I've actually gotten into this a couple times. It's kind of situational, but it still works. And then 1 Chimera Tech because you don't side this card. And then speaking of side deck, play 1 Grand Mole just to get over those Synchro decks or Heavy Xyz decks. Double Dyna because windups. That's really all I have to say.
Does work.
Yeah, it does. Double Cyber. For Geargias, and because of the Chimera Tech.
It's another light too.
Yeah. So if I have that in Grave, it's another target for Diablos, and it's honestable. And then 2 Prohibitions, just for it's really kind of good. It's actually pretty good this format. I actually played against one of my friends who was playing windups. I called Magician and Factory, and he couldn't do anything because he had those in his hand and they were just dead because he couldn't draw into the MST or anything. And then double macro because of just about every deck out there except for Rabbit. Especially hurts Mermail Lanteans just because they can't do anything. Everything has to be discarded to the graveyard. It has to be sent to the graveyard. And with macro on the field, it's just everything's dead. And then 2 Shadow Imprisoning. I'm thinking of either taking these out or a different one out for debunks. But these are pretty good right now for Insectors. Insectors are still out there.
Dark Worlds.
Dark Worlds, yeah. Chaos Dragons. It kind of hurts them. Just with the Darkness Metal and Dark Flare. And then 2 Gozen, because Wind-Ups are still a deck.
Rabbit.
And Rabbit's a deck, and Dragons are a deck. So it just kills a lot of things. And then this is the other card I was thinking of taking out, Decree. I don't always go into this. If I'm going to go into this, I don't side into anything but like macro. But I'll most likely take these out for debunks or Mind Crush.
Or Trap Stunts.
Yeah, or Trap Stunts or something like that. But yeah. And then, yeah, but Fossil Dyna, I'm going to tell you a story about that. Fossil Dyna. So, when I used to play Sands, which was about a month or so ago, I was versing my friend who was playing Wind-Ups, and I had no cards in hand. I was back to top decking. He had only a couple. He had like Zen Mighty on the field. Yeah, and I think he had, I don't know what it's called, whatever the level rank 3 is. I can't think of it. I'm blanking right now. But I was back to what? Yeah, Zen Mighty, whatever. And I was back to top decking. I top decked this card, set it, passed. He went through the entire wind-up OTK, flipped it with Papil Operative, and I just had, he couldn't do anything, and I had game. So it was just too good. Now I always side into this card because of that reason. But yeah, that was my Wonder deck profile, what I like to call it, what my friend came up with. And yeah, so subscribe for more content. Check out our channel.
And original deck ideas, man.
Yeah, and original deck ideas. And I got a new calculator today. I'm happy about it. It's got Rescue Cat.
Okay.
All right.